Thank you very much. I would like to say thanks to all my partners because we have had a very nice collaboration during the project. The project is like a trip. We started this trip 4 years ago, and now are very close to the end of this trip. One of the most important issue of this project is that now we are all friends. And so although we have had a lot of difficulties during the project, we have war, we have the pandemic of COVID, eventually we could complete all the tasks of the project, and now we are ready to present the results. Hope that this project is the start for future collaboration. We have already some programs which we can continue in the new projects, and this nice collaboration could be continued, and we can produce many things in the future. So from my side, I would like to say many thanks to my team, many thanks to Nikos, many thanks to Christina, many thanks to Michalis for this nice collaboration, and greetings to everybody.
Thank you very much, Professor Thomidis. I would like now to give the floor to the representative of the National Erasmus Class Office in Armenia, Ms. Lana Karlova, for a welcome speech.
Maria Ravot, and good morning, dear colleagues. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay. It's my pleasure on behalf of National Erasmus Plus Office in Armenia to greet all members of consortium of ABIONET project, 9 full members from 5 countries and 4 associated partners. Actually, we would like to expect much more people to be connected to this final conference. But assume that we have 33 participants for the moment, is okay. Among 30 capacity building projects, successful project with Armenian participation in a period of 2014-2020, the first phase, let's say Erasmus Plus, ABIONET was the only one who had this strand mobility scheme. You were successful in that matter. And one among 3 was a national project. It means like only 1 partner countries, Armenian institutions, 4 universities, and 1 ministry was involved into this implementation of the all tasks. You had these activities. Among others, it's Boost project, national project, which was focusing on the internationalization, and another one, ARMDOCT project, which is about preparing the legal platform for the 3rd level of education for PhD, and ABIONET as a national project. We don't know how it will be in the new phase, 2021-2027, if the national project will exist or it will be only regional, cross-regional projects. We will see. But you had this opportunity, but unfortunately the COVID-19 and the war, they have ruined all the wonderful opportunities for the students, for the staff to be trained in our partner universities in Teramo, in Dresden, Porto, in Saloniki. This is very, very unfortunate. And of course, we can talk about the all expected results which were planned 4 years ago. unfortunately, we can't say that all the spectrum was covered. But the whole team made activities on developing courses on bioscience product and technology on a master and PhD level, and establish this entrepreneurial spirit in all these 4 institutions of Armenia of the field. We already had 9 startups raised from all these 4 institutions. You also strengthen partnership with the business sphere and research-oriented bodies, touched already the distance learning capacities of those institutions, and more. You are on the end of the project, but you all know that we talk about the maintaining of all these activities have been done already. And this is so important to have this sustainability. Thomas already mentioned that you are thinking about the continuation of your partnership in the new capacity building project. That's very good. And we hope that when it will be the call in November, probably we're expecting in November, that the consortium of ABIONET and also more probably members, colleagues will connect to your idea, and you will produce a nice project with the interesting tasks and prolonging your quality, which already, or I would say much more the environment you already done in the bio science products sphere. So of course, this is the huge potential you have just to do that. And we really hope that you will apply and you will continue your consortium activities. We will see what will be, but sustainability is so important even without any other project, and it depends on the strategy and behavior of each institution in our country. We really need those people who will go further and who will make this sustainable, all what already done in the frame of that project. I want to thank all our European partners who made their devotion, and especially our 2 colleagues, Gaane Marmarian and Lucine Ambarian, who spent their 1 month in Teramo, and with the wonderful opportunity to make research activities. They will tell about that today. Thank you so much for European institutions. But I want to thank I would say, the mother of that project is Nelly Hovhannisyan. She's on the long distance, but she's so much effort she put on the project activities. And also it was not very easy time for her, because in 3 years ago she became a mother, and Robert Thomas born with this project. And this is also some special thing that happened in the frame of the project. This is very special thing which already happened. But we really hope that what already done, each institution, Shirak State University, Gavar State University, Agrarian University, and Yerevan State University, they could preserve, and all these opened laboratories, they will work, and the top administration of those institutions, they will support, they will invest into the laboratories and the work which should be done in at these places. and beyond. I would say that entrepreneurial skills, which already raised in the frame of the project, is also important. I would say that tomorrow it will be interesting event outside of Yerevan in Tsarkazor with representatives of different projects relating to entrepreneurial skills in higher education. It will be event titled as Entrepreneurship and Innovation in Higher Education of Armenia. And together with British Council and GIZ, we are organizing this event, and it will be focus group, it will be presentations with participation of British experts and many others, and we will discuss where we are this entrepreneurship in higher education, what skills we have, what potential we have at our institutions. So we will discuss that tomorrow. And the day after tomorrow, it will be 3 days big conference, another one in the frame of ARM-DOCT project, which is about the developing the third level of education as a legal frame, as a policy, and on the national level and on the institutional levels. It will be the big event with participation about more than 80 people from all our institutions and from the ministries and from and stakeholders. Many stakeholders will also take part. So it will be it's interesting, developments which are going here. But we really should understand that we are in the same boat, and we should do as much as possible after the end of the project. It's physical end, but like a promising future of each what have been done. This is the only thing we could preserve our community and our country as well. Good luck to all the presentations and all the people who have done much. And thank you to Thomas for the coordination, and Nikos, of course. Thank you very much for the developing ideas, and good luck to your consortium and to the final conference of today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Karlova, for your nice words and inspiring, and also for giving us the news that we're expecting a new call in November. So that's that's good. Looking forward to that. Thank you very much. So I will give the floor now to the representative of the Ministry of Economy of the Republic of Armenia, Mr. Levon Perisakakyan, Head of the Department of the Primary Agricultural Production in the Ministry.
Thank you very much, dear colleagues. At first, I would like to thank you, the coordinators and organizers and all participants of ABIONET project. And I want to talk about the importance of this project from side of agrarian policy. One of the guiding documents of the agrarian policy is the strategy of the main directions ensuring the economic development of the Republic's agrarian sector. The vision of the strategy for the next 10 years is to have agriculture that ensures sustainable development, is innovative, creates high added value, is careful toward natural resources, creates ecologically clean products and increase of food safety security level, develop human and institutional capacities, promote digital agriculture and technology innovations, etc. Taking in consideration that food security is one of the most important and urgent issue for food availability,
You're muted now.
You are muted, Levon.
Muted yourself.
can you hear me?
Yes, now yes.
I'm sorry. I want to talk about the agrarian policy, the importance of the project, which is coming together with agrarian policy to increase the full security level. As I say, one of the guiding documents of the agrarian policy is a strategy of the main directions of ensuring the economic development of the Republic's agricultural sector. The vision of the strategy for the next 10 years is to have agriculture that ensures sustainable development, is innovative, creates high added value, is careful toward natural resources, creates ecologically clean products, and increase of food security level, develop human and institutional capacities, promote digital agriculture and technology innovations, etc. Taking in consideration that food security is one of the most important and urgent issues for food availability, development and improvement of food safety to ensure the health of consumers is one of the priorities of the policy implemented in the agrarian sector of the economy of the Republic of Armenia. Food security consists in providing the population with safe and high quality food, increasing food security as well as in the sustainable development of the economy, agriculture, tourism, and the market. The main purpose of regulating the sector is to protect public health from possible harmful effects of food, as well as ensuring state control by food safety during the strategy, storage, transportation, processing, sale of food, production, and the realization of principle of traceability in the stage of food production or in the circulation of food chain. In order to provide the safety of human life, health, and environmental safety during operation at all stages of the food chain, all entities involved in it must take necessary measures to ensure the quality and the safe of food in all stages of food production, storage, transportation, processing, and sale. Along with the task of creating a competitive and efficient agriculture based on new technologies and science, the government of ERA has also set a goal to create educational, scientific, and research industrial clusters and contribute to enhancement of cooperation between educational, scientific and production and consulting centers in agriculture and agrarian sector, to support the introduction of agriculture and food system equipment, new technologies, as well as food safety system. From this point of view, the ABIONET project is invaluable. It's aimed to provide specialists with new skills and abilities, educated in a new modern field of the food safety. It is important that one of the main coordination of the development of the program is the establishment of a functional laboratory with high quality equipment, where specialists will understand the methodology of research on food safety and implementation of relevant analysis and conclusions. Therefore, in parallel with the growth of food production in our country, the agriculture sector will be replenished with specialists in line with European standards. Nowadays, the Ministry of Economy implements innovation programs in agriculture sector, as well as state support programs for the introduction of relevant equipment and food safety systems, the effectiveness of which is conditioned by the successful obtain of the ABIONET project and projects like it. Dear colleagues, I would like to inform you that the Ministry expresses the aptitude to support the implementation of this important project with these powers, as well as to wish success to the whole team in the successful implementation of the main goals and mission of the project. Thank you for attention, and thank you one more for opportunity to participate in final event. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was important intervention on behalf of the ministry. So we're concluding with the welcome speeches, and the first part of the project of the event today is devoted to the project itself. So we're going to have some short speeches from all the project participants who will present the results of the project. I'm going to do a small overview of what we have done until now, and then I will pass the floor to the four Armenian universities and to the rest of our partners. So allow me to share my screen. Just a moment. Okay. I hope you can see my screen now. Can somebody verify that you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes, Nikos,
Yes,
this is
okay.
okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so this is an overview of the overall project presentation, main results and achievements. As we said before, this has been a long trip, as Professor Thomidis said, of 4 years, and cooperation between 4 Armenian universities, the Yerevan State University, the Armenian National Agrarian University, the Gavar State University, the Nalbandian State University of Shirak, and 4 EU universities from Greece, the International Academic University, the University del Studio de Teramo from Teramo, the Catholic University of Portugal in Porto, and the Technical University of Dresden in Germany. Plus, of course, with the valuable help of the Ministry of Education and Science of the Republic of Armenia, we have been working for almost 4 years, hard work in a cooperative and co-creative way. We had to overcome a lot of difficulties, of course, you know, including a pandemic and a war. I mean, what can go worse in a case like that? But still, I think we managed to do quite a lot. So I will just summarize the results right now, and we will discuss about this in detail by my colleagues in the next presentations. So the main results include new and renewed master level programs in 4 participating universities. In Shirak, on the specialty of food technology in the master's program biotechnology. On Anao, food technology again on the master's program food safety. On Yerevan State University in the 3 master programs in ecology and rational use of natural resources, in applied microbiology and applied biosciences, and in Gavar on the master's program of food safety. I would like to emphasize here that there is a lot of emphasis on the entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship training for students on all these master programs, which was a unique and distinctive element of the ABIONET project. We also have done a design for a joint master's degree. The title will be Sustainable Food and Bioproducts for Healthy Diets and Well-being, and it's a co-production of all the participating universities, of all 8 of us. We have done extensive training of trainers, including short-term mobility that will be presented later, of 2 colleagues that managed to do the mobility in Italy. We were hoping to have more mobility, but the pandemic didn't allow more than that. This was also, it still was very, very useful. We had a lot of online training, including 16 webinars who are recorded, open and available on YouTube and in the project website, so that they can be used by you, by students, by everybody in the future. We have developed some specialized short-term courses. And as I said before, we gave a very big emphasis on supporting student entrepreneurship. There has been a lot of training of students, and this has been embedded in all the programs of the 4 Armenian universities. And we developed startup projects that led to a final demo day with 9 ABIONET startups pitching their ideas. And we have 9 startups right now working on due to the project. As I said before, there are 16 online training webinars that you can follow. These are the titles here. I'm not going to read all of them. It's also in our newsletter, in our website, but I can also send to everybody the links, so you can go on YouTube and learn about food sensory analysis or novel food structural agents, food markets and trends, and so on. As Ms. Karlova said, we're not going to, we're finishing the project, but we're not finished. We want to make it sustainable. So this is going to be continued. Please find more information about us in the website. follow us on social media, get involved in the activities of the Armenian Network in Bioproduct Science and Technology, which we hope is going to be continue its function, and expect from us a proposal for a joint master's degree to be submitted in the Erasmus Plus program in the future. So the last thing I want to say is that I want to thank everybody. I met wonderful people during these 4 years in the project, made very good friends, worked together, and I managed to come to Yerevan once before the pandemic, and it was wonderful. I hope I can come again. So thanks to everybody. And I have to stop sharing. Yes. And I will now give the floor to the 4 Armenian universities to present their activities in the project, starting with Yerevan State University and Nelly. Nelly, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for all the speeches and welcome words and warm words, and for all cooperation. Just one request: we need to enable the screen sharing. I can't share it.
Right now, I think it is enabled.
Okay, excellent. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Okay, I will be short as agreed. So Yerevan State University, what we did and what was the main work done, just briefly. So Yerevan State University, besides the activities which we had to do as an implementer, but also partly as an academic coordinator for the project, co-partner, let's say, Yerevan State University also actively was involved in assessment of program needs for the master programs development, also for development of our network strategic plan, which is a big document and which is very important. We are also actively involved in and already developed together with Teramo and all the partners the joint degree scheme, and of course did big work on the development of the website. So what we did during this project, we upgraded 12 actually new modules in as you see 3 master programs, and within all these master programs we had students, especially I want to mention also that we had students also from the international universities, like for international students from France who took modules newly developed, and it was a good piloting also for bilingual teaching. So within this program, what we did else is very important is we developed an interesting course book, which will be available for all the universities. It's in English, so we'll support also internationalization. And it's approved by the academic council, so it's a teaching material. Another great thing which I want to tell, and it's a really big achievement for us, is that one of our startups is progressing, and as you know from the news, the winner of the demo day is already producing its startup products and delivering to the schools. Of course, the laboratory equipment was fully upgraded, and everything which was planned was procured and installed, and tool trainings specifically for new equipment, which was hard to operate, were organized effectively. And of course, dissemination was done not only using the standard approaches of distribution, but also during the international visits and invited lectures. Our project was always presented as an important educational and unique platform. And another important thing, which is worth to mention, is the mobility, and within mobility within extra mobility strand, which we were able to organize in this difficult situation, thanks to our Italian partners and thanks to the coordinator, International Hellenic University, and especially Paola Pizia, host from the Teramo University. which is really risky from the perspective of the virus, from the travel and the laboratories and availability. But the most important thing that, and we will talk about this later, an outcome is that now we know that we have ideas to continue, and we're going to implement not only educational but also research projects together with our partners. Already lots of small and big ideas came out, and so this will bring its results for the future and sustainability. So I don't want to be long, save time, and I want to thank you very much again for all the support and participation, and I will talk more about network in the next presentation. Thank you very much, and I'm stop sharing the screen. Hello.
Sorry, I'm muted. Sorry. Thank you very much, Nelly. From the Agrarian National University, I would like to give the floor to Gayan Marmarian to present the activities of the university, the project.
Thank you to everyone. Can I share screen, Nikos?
Yes, yes, of course, yes.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see Anau's input in ABIONET project. And in order to save the time, I tried skip some first slides about goals and partners and etc. So Anau introduced and presented their needs assessment and existing curricula at the kickoff meeting. And after returning back, you can see some pictures from picture gallery. We prepared some dissemination materials, which was booklet, poster, and Anau webpage. Then the next step was the dissemination of our project among the students, and at the same time industry representatives have been invited, and as you have seen from 5 dairy and meat product companies, entrepreneurship have presented at the event. Then ABIONET was presented at the different platforms, as you see, Career Expo, Erasmus Info Day, Scientific Council, and among the staff. So on the meeting of Dresden are now presented priorities concerning a new master program, and we created this program from the scratch. It means module, creation of modules and curriculum. And we had a discussion with internal and external stakeholders, and also EU universities modules had been integrated in the master program. And so as a result, we have food safety master program, which we disseminated and successfully implemented, because we have had 11 piloting master students, and now we have the second generation as well. So the second outcomes was upgrading resources, and this slide shows the technical resources and the laboratory equipment that had been upgraded. And you can see the delivery procedure from the whole upgrading process and dissemination among the chairs and department. And Anau management also supported us with the idea establishing new laboratory. That means we have had renovating and acquiring new laboratory furniture. You can see this classroom before and already completed laboratory after. It was really hard way, because we started from developing the scheme and refurbishment of laboratory. You can see the whole procedure of establishing laboratory, and finally our furniture is arrived, and we established food quality control educational laboratory, and experiments now in process. So concerning the next outcome, it is network. We involve different participants from associate partners, as you have seen. different projects members from MIPRO, research centers, industry, and we had lots of promotion from them side in terms of capacity building, trainings, thesis supervision, and internship. So the next outcome was trainings and webinars. We have had a lot of trainings, so that held by European, our partners, associate partners, on our staff, and industry and research centers representative. You can see this slide shows the whole topics that we had during trainings. This is some pictures from our gallery. This is training and workshop held in Teramo, and you can see all topics related to bio products and food technology. So here some pictures from our picture gallery. After returning, we organized dissemination at UNITED training results at ANAO at our platform. Next was the training of our TU colleagues at Yerevan in 2 platforms, was a science to startup and communication skills. And we had lots of trained stakeholders. Here some pictures from gallery, and they had been certificated as well. And our EU partners also held another training with different topics that displays on slides. And this training was targeted at master's and PhD students and held by research centers, industry, and ANAO staff. Here you can see some pictures from this gallery again. And the training, next training was targeted at ANAO staff and creation of capacity of effective teaching. Here you can also see the pictures from gallery. The next outcomes was our startup, and as you can see, we have had 8 participants and 3 groups, and there are 3 topics of startups. Here from picture gallery. The next activity was that ABIONET project was presented at the clustered meeting in the context of university and business collaboration organized by National Erasmus Office in Armenia with German Business Association. And here, here you can see some pictures and evidences from this event. And the next, unfortunately, this is outcomes of mobility strength that Lana told. We had an opportunity because of COVID, just only 1 staff mobility from ANAO we had to Teramo. I will talk about this later. And about results, of course, this is some pictures from picture gallery. And the 7th outcomes is creation and development of joint master degree scheme. And in my opinion, it will be one of the model for networking, sustainability, and our collaboration. And finally, you can see the ANAO's all staff that have been involved in the project in different stages. And our appreciation to all our stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gayan. Thank you for all of this information and for being brief. I would like to give the floor maybe for questions. I see that there is a raised hand from Anna Tadevosyan. Perhaps she wants to answer a question, ask a question.
It was just accidentally touched, sorry.
Okay, okay, you can lower it then. If there is any other question for Nelly, for Gayan, or for me, I think it's better to ask questions now. Of course, we'll give the floor up after the end of the session for general questions, but if there is any question now, you can go ahead and ask it before going to the next speaker. Okay, I will give the floor to the next speaker, reminding again that everything is being recorded. So if anybody or any one of the speakers has any objections about being recorded or about being uploaded on YouTube, just let us know. So next is Chirac, and Dr. Hovik Melkoyan is going to talk to us about the activities of the Syriac University in the project.
Yes, thanks. Hello, everybody. Dear Nikos, please let me.
Yes, you should be able to share your screen. Right.
Yeah. Is it okay? You can
Yes,
see?
yes, yes, you can share. Everybody's allowed now to share.
Uh-huh. Okay. Is it okay? You can see the presentation?
Oh,
Yes.
did you buy? There is a green button saying share screen, and then you have to select the presentation.
Sorry.
Okay, now we can see it.
Yes,
Okay.
thanks. First of all, I want to thank all of the partners of ABIONET project, particularly to dear Thomas, Nikos, and Nelly for good coordination the program activities. Since the time very short, I'm trying to show some links and photos that are presenting our dissemination activities in this project. This below you can see the link and some photos of trainings. This in training in Dresden. This is about our social network with partners from Gyumri breeding company during the opening of our laboratory. Our students and lecturers are participating at webinars. Again, our networking partners, they are passing the final examination of our master students. New opened biotechnology master program. These pictures presenting and the link presenting the opening of our laboratory. And I want shortly mention what much more important for our university. First of all, I think that the human resources, I mean our working team, trained specialists and our master students which participated in this project. Another achievement for our university is establishment of the biotechnology master program and establishment of modern laboratory. You can see in photo of opening of laboratory. Our acting director is opening, official opening of our laboratory. And finally, it is very valuable for us, the cooperation network established within this project with our European and Armenian partners. That's it can be the base for cooperation in future, we hope. And again, I am congratulating and thanks to all our partners and participants. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Bobik. Thank you. And you can stop sharing your screen now. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So the last but not least, let's say, of the four Armenian universities is Gavar State University. And I would like to ask Dr. Lili Torchian to present the activities of Gavar State University.
Thank you very much for holding the floor. Can you hear me well?
Yes, very well.
Thank you. Before proceeding with my presentation, I would like to say a couple of words about the significance of ABIONET project in the Armenian reality. And I would like to mention that the participation of EU partners was a key factor for success, as the ideas and objectives of the project were ambitious, innovative, and their experience and knowledge was invaluable, not only to reach the project outcomes, but also in the development of skills like intercultural awareness and entrepreneurial mindset. And since the idea to develop a strategy for a generation of students, startup projects in bio-based production was absolutely new in our reality, this project has been a generator of the links between the bioproduction and education sectors, and the output has been the development of interdisciplinary competencies. In master programs, in our case, it was biology, and which will also continually contribute to improving the overall and global analytical thinking skills in students, problem-solving competencies, and teamwork collaboration. Another important and huge component, which was also new and innovative, was the idea to develop short-term training courses within the same network, directed to different stakeholders in the auditorium, and aim to develop appropriate skills in the field of bioproduction, development, and production. Let me now share my screen. I will briefly represent the main result within each work package. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So let's start from the first work package. And within this work package, from the beginning, we have shared knowledge information, and we have prepared and summarized the first draft information on existing curricula and related fields and facilities, as well as strong and weak points in collaboration with enterprises. And the documents have been discussed with our EU partners, and approach for curriculum development, as well as operation with the network, has been formulated. The second work package was the curriculum structure, and based on the review of partner and program countries and the expertise of our higher education institutions in developing of master programs in bioproducts technology, curriculum documents have been prepared, namely identification of the modular paths, curriculum courses to be developed within the program, number of credits per module, number and content of practical classes, etc. At this stage, the knowledge and experience has been shared among the partners via online discussions and video conferences. And as already mentioned, one master program, biology, was selected at GSU to be updated. Within the project, we had 4 plus 2. So totally it's 6 new courses introduced into our curriculum, which are as follows: modern problems of biology, special course of immunology, medical microbiology, additives in food products. Then, according to the recommendation of our EU partner, we had 2 more new courses, science to startup and communication skills for professionals. This is the basic structure of our module. It comprises general description of the course, aim, learning outcomes, the main methods of assessment, and assessment standards. Here you can see an excerpt of our module, which is an example of a classical module description. And within a curriculum content development deliverable, we have developed new course content based on the practice-oriented learning approach. We have the first drafts that were elaborated have been discussed and reviewed during 3 days workshop on curriculum structure and content. And by the end of this task, the innovative approaches on integrated learning programs development has been published. The program specification with learning outcomes, curriculum map and modules contents, as well as ready students and teachers handbook have been ready for piloting. This is the content of our modules: topics, laboratory and practical works, and bibliographical references. And here you see an excerpt of what has already been mentioned. Within the deliverable 2.3, we have totally 3 persons trained from GSU staff, and training programs included attending the lectures, practical classes, getting acquainted with the main principles of integration of course materials, teaching methodology, etc. One participant from GSU has joined the partner countries group after completion of the training in order to participate in a 3-day workshop. And the workshop objective was to discuss the new curriculum content and structure documents to make the comments and relevant revisions. Here you can see some photos from the trainings that were conducted online, and in which our representatives brought their participation. Within this deliverable, 4 updated courses have been piloted for the academic year 2021, and 2 more in this academic year. Also, this is an excerpt of the evaluation forums that we have conducted among our students. And this is the report on master programs on updated modules by Kavkaz State University. Within deliverable 2.7, which was establishment of joint degree scheme between EU and partner countries, it was envisaged to establish the operational scheme for the initiating joint degrees in the selected priority areas among the higher education institutions. Upon completion of the project, and a communication between the project members on this matter was carried out through Zoom meetings. The proposed form by the UNITE was filled in by the partners to find commonalities for the perspective of joint degree schemes. And also we have answered the questionnaire. This is the sheet that we have provided to find out anything in common to initiate the process of joint degree collaboration. Also, we are about to submit some letter of interest within this purpose, within this objective. The next deliverable was the established network with appropriate sustainability policy and international cooperation joint research initiatives with EU countries has been prepared. And one of the most important tangible results, and also this entails some intangible results as well, was signing partnership agreements with some partners, within which we envisaged some cooperation within this sector. And these agreements include our partners, the State Humanitarian University in Moscow, Republican Union of Employers of Armenia, then Garmit-Gül Sanitary Center, and also Biochemistry Institute. So the next deliverable was upgrading technical resources and introduction of new teaching and learning methods to be shared within the network. And one of the most tangible results within this project was purchase of equipment, with the help of which we have achieved some state-of-the-art economic environment for our students. This was the list of the equipment which was purchased and now is located in the Laboratory of Natural Sciences of Kavkaz State University. And it also should be mentioned that not only our students are direct beneficiaries of this equipment, but also the students of the regional schools who conduct some of their classes, practical classes in this laboratory. So I would like to say special thanks to ABIONET for all the results that we have been able to achieve. And to sum up whatever has been achieved within this project, it should be mentioned the following. Before summing up the results, I would like to mention a startup which presented our student during the startup presentations, which was envisaged by another work package deliverable. This is the dissemination part, and the dissemination of this project together with other projects is mainly conducted with our main dissemination channels, which is the official website of our university, also the social networking sites, our Facebook, our YouTube, And we do this dissemination also during different events where we present our international cooperation spectrum, etc. So to sum up the main results achieved within this project, it should be mentioned that needs assessment of our university teaching and learning resources, including curricular structure and content, has been conducted. Development of new curricula on bioproduct science and technology. Establishment of multidisciplinary network between enterprises, as mentioned, 4 new cooperation agreements were signed within the project. Development and elaboration of knowledge transfer and entrepreneurship component within the bioproduct science and technology curriculum. Development and piloting of student startup projects implementation plan between GSU and EU universities. Equipping the laboratory of natural sciences. Introduction of new IT solutions for effective using of the resources. I would like to take the chance and to thank all the participants of the project, particularly the coordinators of the project, namely Mr. Thomas Tomidis, Nikos Zaharis, also the local coordinators for the fruitful and effective collaboration and achievement of main results of the project. And hopefully this partnership will be sustained and incorporated into a new partnership model in another capacity building project. Thank you all. And good luck to to the subsequent partnership.
Thank you very much, Lilith, for the presentation and the good words. So this concludes presentations of the 4 Armenian universities. I'm going to give the floor now to Professor Paola Pitia from University of Teramo, who is going to present us the joint effort of all the universities, which is the joint master degree. Paola, you can share the screen. I think you are here. Not good.
Nikos, Paula just now have written to me. She has a problem with internet connection at the hotel, and if it is possible to move to shift her. Okay, I will ask you.
Yes, I will. I'm going to the next presentation, and when she is able to reconnect. So as I said, there is a huge emphasis in ABIONET on entrepreneurial training. And creating new businesses and startups out of the research and out of the knowledge that students get in the universities and agro business. So I would like to invite Eduardo from the Catholic University of Porto to present us the modules on entrepreneurship that were used in the master programs. Eduardo, the floor is yours. Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes, perfect. Thank you
very much. I would like to start sharing my screen. So it was for us a pleasure to work in this framework. I believe we did progress in different topics and in different approaches, and one of them was this structuring training materials and structuring training and learning programs around the topic of entrepreneurship. And in that way, since the first meeting we held in Germany, so we did agree with our colleagues of Dresden University to set up a core of modules that then could be the basis for different integrations, different uses across the ABIONET project. So entrepreneurship is in the core of the economic development nowadays. and not only on the idea of foundation company, but also as the definition from the European Commission stresses, also in everything that is related to the development of existing businesses, in growing capacities of employees in any nature, and actually supports everyone in their day-to-day life. So a broad understanding of what entrepreneurship could be. But yes, we did focus on creating businesses, or the basis for creating businesses, or the basis for developing existing businesses was our key focus. So we did work in different areas, from what is developing a business plan, what is structuring human resources teams, funding projects, areas related to leadership and to management and the management of businesses. So in that way, we did connect entrepreneurship also to innovation. So also is innovation has been seen as another production factor. So another approach to another key factor in what is the economic development of companies, of regions, of countries, and also of institutions, as was mentioned before. So so we went also on the topic of innovation, and we developed three foundational modules. One in that we call the innovation and the entrepreneurship. Another one, so a more in some way conceptual course. We did develop different either a full program, but also different training materials, learning materials, and also some tools. We did prepare another one focus on the development of a business plan. So we call it right way business plan, how to write it. So we even translate and translate to English an open source tool that exists here in Portugal, and that we work from time to time. So we did translate it to English to be used in this context of ABIONET. And the third module, that is that one on management of food enterprises. So actually we are quite focused on either on bioproducts in general, but also in particular in what is the food sector, the food cluster, and the food ecosystem here in Portugal. So yes, those three modules. For each of one, we develop a plan. The material is all published in a shared Google Drive. I may even just take a look to it. Let me see if I can get it to it. Yes, this is the innovation and entrepreneurship. So we develop a plan. We also develop different tools. the tools and the materials were used in either in webinars, in training activities in Teramo, and they were incorporated, as was mentioned by colleagues, by Gayan, by other colleagues in different teaching and learning approaches. So, by instance, in Teramo, we did use, yes, this presentation concerning protection of intellectual protection of knowledge, so related to patents and to transform knowledge in an asset that can then be used in different approaches to valorization of knowledge and eventually to support entrepreneurship initiatives. So this was what we did develop as an example for this module of innovation and entrepreneurship. So we of course develop a plan with objectives, with structuring the different topics. So in this case, in this case, starting by innovation and then following to entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship here not only as a theoretical concept, but looking to entrepreneurship as a process that has steps, and steps that, if accomplished, could turn to structuring plans to action. So so we went through ideation work, to the business model generation, the idea of prototyping minimum viable products in laboratories, so a way here to connect entrepreneurship to practical laboratory work. So looking for developing prototypes or proof of concepts that can improve and can add value to a business idea. So customer development also an approach to develop customers in parallel with product development. So different steps that that could lead to consistent outcomes. So yes, this was the module in innovation and entrepreneurship. So also we structured teaching and learning methodologies, and we have done that for also for the business plan how to write it module. That is also available. The same thing, the plan, goals, contents. Here in the contents, it was in this case that we develop, let's say that it is a tool that helps to structure a business plan. So is Excel tool that could be used in a quite effective way to structure a business plan that can then be presented in pitches, trying to attract investors, stakeholders, companies, colleagues, teams, etc. So also teaching and learning methods, and the third one, the module management of food enterprises, and here we have done the same. So I believe that is maybe relevant to mention that those modules on entrepreneurship could offer us the basis to integrate different modules on our master's program. So the master program offer, or a different master program offers, can be structured around a project or a problem-based learning approach that could include a business plan development, that could include a prototyping effort, that could include a custom development and marketing effort, but that could be around existing courses, existing modules in a master program. So if it is a master program in food, in the food science and technology area, maybe the master program will have topics about sensory analysis or food technology that could be used to support the prototyping effort. So we will end up in the delivers of the program. We can end up with a final product, or at least a minimum viable final product. So so this innovation and entrepreneurship effort could also lead to methodologies changes in the teaching and learning program, namely what is around the project and problem-based learning. Also, we did present and promote in some way the use of those concepts to a kind of contest-based learning approach that actually even at European level we can see that there are at master's level in particular we can find contests related to food innovation, food product innovation. So where teams of students that engage on these innovation and entrepreneurship kind of initiatives and can reach a prototype and can reach a package for this prototype, can go for a national and then a European level of contests. I'm referring to in the food area. There's one that is quite known, that is ecotrophilia. That is a contest focus on food products, food innovation products, and we are fostering this kind of developments and trying to involve students and engage students in this kind of initiatives. So involving also third parties, involving business mentors, that could be alumni, that could be people from companies, and involving other scientific mentors from the university. So those modules on entrepreneurship could be more than just the entrepreneurship concept itself, could give us the basis to change and improve the teaching and learning process at master's level, and to engage students in more proactive activities and turning them to expose their own capacities and their own outputs in a broader audience. This is also relevant for this effort that we did made in the context of the ABIONET project. So I will thank you again for the invitation for this final presentation, and a special thanks for our colleagues in Armenia. I'm sorry, well, we are all sorry by not having this final conference in a face-to-face format, but is sign of the times. So thank you very much, and if there's any question, please. Thank you very much. Nikos.
Thank you very much, Eduardo. Thank you. Okay, we have questions at the end. I think I would like to make a change a little bit now to the schedule because you talked about entrepreneurship. So I would like to bring Dresden and Valeria, if she can hear us, to do her presentation now, because she did a lot of work with the students, and the University of Dresden did a lot of work on entrepreneurship as well, and with the startups. So it comes as a natural, let's say, follow-up. Val, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm following. Yeah. Well, yeah, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon for Armenian partners. And I'm very happy to give you an overview of the work that has been done through TU Dresden, especially on startups, but also some other activities that we have recently completed. Yeah, those who might not know me, haven't seen me, because I see there are some other people that I have met before. So my name is Val Rachiva, and I'm doing project management, also trainings at TU Dresden, and especially focusing on entrepreneurship. Right. I will put on my slides, and you will need to let me know if it's working, right? So Bildschirm freigeben. All right.
Yes, we can see it. Yes.
Do you see it? Okay. I will do this window a bit smaller so it's not disturbing us. I need to see if yeah, it works. All right. Let's get back. Okay. Right. As you know, one of the ABIONET outcomes was to develop startups through the joint efforts of Armenian and EU partners. And naturally, TU Dresden took up the lead on helping students to develop their startup ideas. Yeah, the first startup bootcamp happened in November 2019. It was luckily we managed to get to Armenia for 1.5 weeks, right before, just before the pandemics. So I'm very happy we did that and did not prolong the trainings and visiting of Armenian partners. Right, my colleagues and myself were in all 3 cities, Armenia, right? Yerevan in Armenia, in Yerevan. So we visited Yerevan State University, and also we've been to Gavar and also to Shirak too. And there we did trainings for students on entrepreneurship and also on startups. So there were the introductory trainings, right? And it was planned actually to do this, to follow the trainings and to visit Armenia and do more trainings, more startup live trainings, but as we know, COVID happened. So then we decided to transfer it all online. And then from October 2020 to April 2021, so almost, I don't know, 5 months, did trainings for students, but also for PhD students, and also some teaching staff were able to join us. So we conducted workshops every 2 weeks, and there was a Russian-speaking group and also English-speaking group, right? And because some of the Armenian partners asked to do those trainings, the part of those trainings in Russian language. So that was very handy that I also could communicate with them on this level, right? And overall, there were 33 meetings, right? Both in English and Russian, but all connected to developing of the startup ideas of the students, right? But there are also some individual sessions where I consulted and helped some separate groups or separate startup teams to develop their ideas and to catch up with the rest of the group. Of course, I appreciate that students and teaching staff were able to join us, because I know there was an extra kind of extracurricular extra activities for them, right, besides the normal university schedule. And on the 23rd April, we had our final online demo day where 9 startups presented their pitches, right, their startup ideas, and we had jury, and also there were, it was open for public, so other invited guests were able to join us. So this is the plan of the online workshops on startups. We started with brainstorming and conceptualization. So we learned what are the principles of lean startup, right, of business model, canvas, the value proposition, canvas, and how to do the market research. Yeah, this is what you do if you start thinking about the business idea. These are the first steps that usually you would take. Right, and then what you do, we did also with students idea validation. So we thought if actually their ideas are applicable in real world, right? It's usually that many founders come up with an idea, but this idea doesn't find any space in the real world. So it was very important that they validate their idea, they build hypothesis, but then they also speak with the customers. They did surveys and also did customer interviews, and I showed them how to do that. And then we moved to more creative part, which is building your startup visibility, right? I show students how to do startup branding for non-business students, right? Because of course our students, the Armenian students, were from the life sciences, and this was something very new to them. But I think it was also very interesting for them because I think they were able to use their full creativity, right, and try something new, right, and try new skills. So we talked about startup branding. I give them always very practical shortcuts, right, so that also students from non-business faculties can do that, and they can also follow that. I show them also the principles of building websites, right? When you actually validated your idea, right, you know that it's gonna work, then you need to start with online marketing, with being present in the field. And also we practice social media presence, right? Some of the students did very nice posts they created their Instagram accounts, their Facebook accounts, and they also did their social media posts. And the final step was to talk and to discuss with the students aspects of the startup funding, right? What are the different startup fundings available out there? What could fit them more, right? What is more appropriate for their business model? And then we also learned how to pitch, right? How to basically do a presentation for potential investor, or a presentation if you want to participate in a startup competition event, or if you want to join accelerator incubator program. That's also this skill is very important. So how to learn how to write a pitch deck. This is like a presentation right, of your startup idea. And I also did a special session on or special workshop on how to manage the crowdfunding campaign. I think this is something very interesting, something very new, especially for Armenia, but this is also a very good way to start with gathering financial funds for your startup idea. And at our final ABIONET demo day, right, we had 9 startups pitching, and 3 places, so first, second, and third. And the first place shared 2 startups from Yerevan State University and from Shirak, right? And the other places went to ANAU to Agrarian University, and the other one also to the Yerevan State University. Basically, every startup got 20 minutes for them, right? 10 minutes was a presentation, 10 minutes question and answers from the jury and from the audience. Among the juries, there were project partners, but also I was able to invite some real business people who would give also some very good advices. And there were 45 people in overall participated in this online demo day. Let's move to another slide. Here's just the screenshot of our final demo day, right? And I have also the presentation recordings, the presentations themselves, but also the recordings of the presentations that I hope soon will go on our YouTube channel, and so that more people can see them, right? And here are the logos of all the startups which were pitching at the final ABIONET startup event. And I have also a summary. There were startups from focusing on beauty, right? For example, from Shirak University, organic skincare based on flax oil. Also a mini lab, practical science labs, right, for schools. What do we have? Also very interesting and fun project is the Lakey Cinema. It's basically outdoor open air cinema in Yerevan. And we have also something very interesting and world-changing idea, something like bacteria-based biodegradable detergents and cleaning products, right? iCheesy, new generation of cheese making machine based on the app, right? Also something like nutritious fresh cheese bars with Fioia fillings from the Agrarian University students. Garlic for development, there was the startup from Gavar State University, right, that the farmers from the region will get together and they will focus on producing garlic instead of producing potatoes, right? And Fita tea, this is organic tea based on Armenian herbs from Shirak University. Right, Rosalind, also something, a startup connected with beauty and skincare. All right, so let's get back to that presentation. What do we have? Here's also some pictures from our first startup bootcamp in Armenia from 2019, because there you can see all the real people. And here we are in Yerevan. We are having like a joint workshop with Yerevan State University students, and also with ANAU, with Agrarian University. Right, and here we're in Shirak and in Gavar. Okay, and before I'm finishing my presentation, and you can ask before you can ask me the questions, I would also love to continue what have Eduardo have shown. So basically, before we started with the startup, we also together with with university in Porto, with Eduarda, we created all these courses that we agreed on with Armenian universities. So we created these modules with all the materials that are available on Google Drive. This is the wrong one. Here's the right Google Drive. Right. Here you go. We had materials and also module descriptions on module science to startup, innovation, entrepreneurship, which Eduarda has just mentioned, business plan, but we also had a course on communication skills for professionals, funding, application management. And here I have sent many times, I think, that link, but if someone is still missing this link, you're welcome to ask me. I'll be happy to share it with you. Here you can find lots of materials in these folders, but also the module descriptions. You can use them for your purposes, and I highly recommend you to go again through all these materials, because this is very useful. Okay, right, and I have here also my other colleague Sven Riedel. He also did lots of trainings, especially on language and also on I think scientific writing, right? And I would love to give him a word. Sven, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Thanks, Val. Very interesting and good. Well, we had this pandemic, so sometimes trainings, there was an ongoing time. I was involved from October last year to around April also, doing backup English support training and also for mobility support. So we were looking at applications, processes like writing your CVs and letters of motivation. And this continued on, but unfortunately, we couldn't get the mobilities going because of COVID intervened. And so it was difficult. That couldn't come to fruition, if you want, but it stands in good stead for future applications. Some students felt that they needed this more. It was on a voluntary basis, so I didn't have that many participating, but usually 3 to 6, 7 people. So small intensive groups, and for those with weaker language, we looked at language development, use of language, interviews, presenting yourself and your universities, and also we did several practices, reading practice and worksheets and articles analysis and grammatical backup support and help. And so this was a kind of supplementary process and support for those on these courses. So I hope some materials will be up also, but at the moment, I don't want to take your time with more information here, but just to mention that this was also available and took also place. So I would like to hand back.
Thank you, Sven. I also just shared in the comment chat, if someone wants to have a look, also of those people who are not just from the ABIONET project themselves, like National Erasmus Office wants to have a look at all the materials. So they're available on Google Drive. I just shared the link. So this is the first one, is the online workshop on startups. So all materials and recordings are there. Also the 6 modules on entrepreneurship, which Eduardo was also mentioned, but also some additional one from TU Dresden. You can check out this Google Drive. All materials and modules descriptions are there. And also there was one other outcome that's we are gonna share with you soon through the email. This is the startup handbook that you are going to receive shortly from us.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Val.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. We're running a little bit late, but I think everything is very interesting and very useful for the people to listen to. So I will give the floor to Nelly to talk to us about the ABIONET network. Nelly?
Nikos, I'm very sorry. It's Lana is talking.
Yes.
Just referring to what have been done already in the frame of entrepreneurial and innovation. So it's very interesting for us because probably together with the British Council and more, we will do some, I don't know, conferences, events, whatever, just promoting this culture of entrepreneurship. So all the materials and all have been done in the frame of ABIONET. It's very interesting. Thank you, Valentina, for sharing with the documents. I already opened the link you sent. I want to ask all these foreign institutions, Armenian institutions, they already started with these modules. Eduardo told us about the 3 modules already, developed. All these 3 are existing at our 4 institutions, and probably could you provide the names of those people who are directly teaching that culture to the students? I know from Agrarian University, Gane told me yesterday, it's Arman Harutyunyan, but who else? I'm just really want to have this network of those people who are particularly responsible for teaching the entrepreneurship the skills and all these ideas behind at our institutions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Rana. We will send you this information. Either the college will send it directly to you, or they will send it to me, and I will pass this information about who is teaching the. But I know that all the universities have adopted parts of the entrepreneurial teaching into their master's program. Yes, Nelly.
Yeah, I'm here and I'm sharing my screen. Yeah. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, now.
Good. Okay. So I will try to be brief because we have also one more presenter. So as already all the partners discussed and gave already an information on their project progress and main outcomes. And as you can see, we had like the very, very ambitious goal to establish this network. And the concept of the network, as you can see, is quite wide. And I'm not going to go in deep in details of everything because already partners presented, but I think the most important thing for all of us is that the network and its sustainability is not about establishing cooperation between us, but to involve more partners and stakeholders from outside, which is industry or research sector. And so with this goal, we have developed with this important document, which is also available on the development and future progress of the network, which we have established. And this was an extensive discussions between partners, lots of comments, lots of circulations and all of that. So the main idea of the network is to have this capacities and sharing of the capacities, human resources, technical resources, facilities, cooperation you and you between universities, cooperation you and I between university and industry, university and research. So this is the concept, and I think we did a good job. One of the examples of which I want to share with you is the following. Like Gyumri, Shirak State University has established cooperation with Gyumri Breeding Station. And because Yerevan State University and Chirac State University know each other and we know our facilities, we agreed to have an interesting research program on wheat breeding with involvement of these three parts together. We have Institute of Hydroponics Problems in Armenia, and we have presenter today, Vice Director of the Institute. She will tell about the activities. The same is about of this Institute and Yerevan State University, and some ideas with Chirac, which we're going to progress later. So the memorandum of cooperation between all ABIONET project members was signed as an establishment of the memorandum. Plus, during the project lifetime, we involved in our network more than 20 partners, which is very important. And these partners actually are viable corporations, not just some documents which are signed. And this number is already growing because I have already seen the Russian Educational Institute from Kavar, which is already 22nd partner. So you can see from International Hellenic University, we have three associations and university lab and university. And we will have a presenter from that partners from, if I practice, the University of Patras today. Yeah. So from Portugal, we have three important partners which are involved and they're members of our network. From Chirac, we have Gyumri Breeding Station. We have these two local organizations which are very important because this is supporting community development of the capacities, also involvement of the students. I got also information from Chirac that one of the graduates of this pilot project is already employed by the partner organization. This is very, very important achievement, in my opinion, and I think in the opinion of everyone, because this is one of the good outcomes of the cooperation, not because of future startup incubators, future startup ideas, future financial support, but also for this flow between students and industry. I'm sure has more partners because this is continuous process, but this is what we had by now, and we will have an updates again. But and we have presenters from there today too. And Kavar State University, already 4th member added. Yerevan State University, we have Institute of Hydroponic Problems presenting today. We have Sora Wines. This is a traditional winemaking big company with which we are cooperating. Hydrometeorology Center for environmental section, and honey producer and research organization. Now we're discussing, almost finalizing agreement with University UPFC in Dijon, which will join our network and will be a part. And we have lots of mobilities between them too. And actually, some of their students were the pilot students in our center within Applied Biosciences Master Program for 4 newly updated modules, among them, by the way, one of entrepreneurship, which they have chosen to. So these are all the updates. By now, I'm not sharing the research facilities which each university has because it's already presented, but I just want to tell you that these facilities, especially within Armenian partners, which we have, technical facilities, are available for each other. The good example is Yerevan State University, Chirac State University, Gyumri Breeding Station, and the sharing of the resources. Because, for example, molecular research, they will do in our lab. The biochemistry part, we will do together in their lab. The practical part, the growing of the wheat and everything in the breeding station. So this is one of the the real working models which we have. And I think all the partners will continue the same way. And I'm sure we will have more ideas. And with this, as Lana mentioned, and wonderful presentation from Valeria and Eduardo, and this culture is cultivating. I just want to tell one news, which is like outcome actually of this project, but I have prepared a brief proposal for Yerevan State University, and I hope they will continue its own establishment of innovation hub within the Faculty of Biology, which will support all this research and promotion of entrepreneurial thinking and culture. So this is all for now. And again, thank you very much for attention, for support, for all the collaboration we have within our network. Thank you, and sorry for being a bit long.
Thank you very much, Nelly. And I'm sure there might be questions about how to join the network, what are the next activities, and so on. So please address them to Nelly, to us, to everybody from all the universities. As I said, we're running a little bit late. So the last presentation is Paula. I think she has now a good connection and she can do the presentation. Paula,
I hope so. Yes, thank you very much. Apologize for the technical issues this morning. But I'm in Yerevan in a hotel, and unfortunately the connection was going down and slowed a little bit too much to be with you. Just to introduce this joint degree, this joint master degree, and just to introduce also how I mean the University of Teramo has been involved in this project that was rather challenging. I mean, we didn't know each other before, and actually after during the years, unfortunately, COVID slowed down and also limited a little bit the connection, but it has become a very good collaboration environment, and I have to say that I'm very happy of all the activities that we tried to design, implement, develop, despite all the issues we had. So Teramo is very happy about this, and also, I mean, the exchange of teacher staff and so on will continue beyond ABIONET because of international credit mobility has been addressed and has been awarded to the University of Teramo, and we hope to continue for sure and offer this opportunity also to the other universities when we'll be in Armenia. The specific topic I have to present you and the outcome of the project is the scheme of a joint master degree that actually is actually a good example of how the university are still willing, let's say, to collaborate on education, on higher education, sharing the specific expertise. The environment, the framework in which the scheme has been developed, it took, I mean, some time to finalize it, is sustainable food and by bioproducts for healthy diet and well-being. And what is actually a joint master degree? And for this reason, I say it is actually a good example of how we managed to reach a good interaction, because a joint master degree per se is a collaborative higher education study program jointly developed by the partners universities that are willing to collaborate in in the training of future professionals working in the bioproducts and in the food sector. Actually, for a joint master degree, we intend a framework in which the student is enrolled in a specific study path that has been defined very specifically, in a very detailed way. And actually, the student has to follow the path, the specific path with the courses that have been put in a timeline, and so to achieve the final goal, that is to get the joint master degree at the end. The scheme, I mean, the main aims of the joint master degree is to train modern professionals able to develop and manage a sustainable production and valorization of foods and bioproducts with aim to boost healthy diet and well-being. Actually, is a master degree second level, I mean, according to the Bologna process, with the 4 semesters delivered in English. And the main features are the profession-oriented, including, as mentioned already, the entrepreneurship concepts that obviously are now guiding more and more the masters developed and modernized within this capacity building project. We defined 3 paths just to match the different expertise of the university's partners: food, nutrition, environment, and bioproducts. Actually, who are the actors of this joint master degree are all the universities, the European, Teramo, Hellenic University, Cattolica Portuguesa, and Dresden, and on the other side, the 4 Armenian universities. How is this has been developed, this scheme? I mean, we have a 4 semester. The first semester can be started both in Italy, in this case, in Europe, and in Armenia. So the student will enroll actually in one or the other. Will start in one or in the other. The second, and will follow some general disciplines that have been considered as basics. We will agree about the I mean the contents and the CTS, that we agreed already on the contents and the general aspects courses that will be delivered in this scheme. The second semester, we started to divide the students according to their interest. One part will follow the food path, and the other one, the environment and bioproducts. The food will be developed by the International Hellenic University, and the second one in not both, sorry, I brought in a different way, but both in Greece. So from Italy or from Armenia, the students move to Greece to follow the second semester. Here we start with some business oriented modules, and Portugal will provide online courses on business and related topics. The third semester will be further more complex, because in this case, after the second food, I mean the second semester, where all the students were focused on food, the third semester the students can split further in food processing, food manufacturing, and food innovation, or food and nutrition, while the environment and bioproducts group will follow the same, I mean, the same topics. The fourth semester is fully dedicated to the project thesis, but the third semester will be again focused on entrepreneurship and business-oriented or professional-oriented activities, because we planned to have the internship in an enterprise, in a business, and also we planned to have the entrepreneurship startups support module as already presented by Dresden. So actually you can see that we managed to put together the expertise of all the universities. Actually, when you can see that in all the semesters, we have also the possibility to deliver some elective optional courses that can further favor the exchange of expertise between the universities and favor the training and the professional training of the students. This was my last slide also, because I try to be short, but obviously this will be an opportunity for all of us to further develop educational initiatives. And we already discussed also yesterday about the possibility to make an application for making the project about the joint master degree within the Erasmus program. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Paola. Thank you, everybody. We're a little bit late. We have now our break. We don't take any questions for the moment, but we have the opportunity to have questions at the end of the event. Unfortunately, we cannot extend the break because we have invited speakers that they might want to come and speak at the time that they are seeing the agenda. So we're going to have only half an hour break, a little bit small break, but hope you can have some rest, and I'll see you here in exactly half an hour. Okay, thank you very much.
I
go away because we have very, very good speeches and discussion in the second part of the event.
I'm really sorry. So we have half an hour or 1 hour break?
Half an hour.
Half an hour. Okay.
So in